from the Callin Studio web interface.
What the fuck is up? How's everybody doing? How's it going? Take a seat. Getting caught. We're here for it. We're here to talk about getting caught. That's why we're here. Have you ever been caught? Have you ever caught somebody? I want to hear all about it. Drop me a call, 540-583-4464. That's the info. Bang my line. How you guys doing? Missed a couple shows last week. Fucking AC was out in the house. Been happening a couple times. But you make it work. No time for a Tim Gunn impression. Just make it work. Make it work. You know what I mean? You get in there and you get in where you fit in. I'm here. The house is less hot. And we're doing the show. This is it. This is actually one of my absolute favorite topics for this show. The last time we did this topic, it was fucking lit. I heard a bunch of cool stories. I did this topic on Omegle, and I heard a bunch of cool stories. Some dude talked about fucking walking in on his brother doing heroin. A bunch of crazy shit. I've heard a bunch of crazy shit when I've done this topic. So, I am ready for it. Oh, kind of quiet. Oh, so I just been talking like an idiot this whole time. I fixed it now. God damn it. It's crazy how often that happens. I hope you could at least hear me a little bit. God damn it. Screen's too big. We're doing it. Let me think. Have I been caught? Well, I've already told this story many times on stream, but I did get caught doing sex at school. Got caught. I've also been caught doing sex in the car one time. Oh, yo, I told this story the first time I think we did this topic, but one time I got caught. I was with a girl and her dad caught us at the party, and then again 2 days later, like within the same week. Not awesome for her. It wasn't awesome for me, but it was probably way worse for her. I mean, I think that is a given, right? But what else? I've got caught stealing. I've got caught stealing a couple times. Caught doing all kinds of shit, bro. I've done a lot of stuff and I'm not very good at hiding it, so I get caught all the time. It also keeps me honest because I know I'm gonna get caught. Like I'm bad at not getting caught, so I just try to not be too shysty. I just try not to be too shady, and then you don't gotta cover your bases. So tell me when you got caught. 540-583-4464. That's 540 judging. When did you get caught? Or if you caught somebody. It could be just as good if you caught somebody doing something crazy. My homie called and he said he caught his dorm mate. He said he left. He told the guy in his dorm he had to go to practice. Then he had to come back because he forgot his shoes or some shit. And he came back and his roommate was having sex with their two mattresses stacked together. And the creeps. That was fucking crazy. That's like one of the weirdest things you can catch somebody doing. Oh, yo. Also, we heard last time about a story where a guy caught his roommate jerking it to illegal pornographies. And he called the Copperinos. So we've heard some good ones and I'm ready to hear more. Like I'm obviously very excited. Judge went out of town this weekend. Not far, but nice little family trip. I was fucking wrestling. I lost a bunch, which is fun. A rarity. Other than that, it's been lit. We are still going to go back to the topics that we missed too. I think I said we were going to do that weird little thing you do and also edible stories. I'm saving edible stories for Monday. Wednesday, I don't know if we'll do that weird little thing you do. I kind of want to do a work one on Wednesday. I want to do a work one tonight, but it didn't feel like it was hitting. Monday's a good night for a work related topic because you fools are all at work, right? I don't know. Glasses are fogged up. They fixed my fucking AC well into the afternoon, so it was already hot as fuck in my house, so I'm still coming down from that shit. It's funny when I see myself clean my glasses on this camera, it makes me look way hotter than I feel. It's a very upsetting thing. It's fine. I'm just gonna sit here and roll a blunt. I don't need to be entertaining you fools this whole. I know that is the job, right? But somebody's gonna call, and I'm patient, so it is what it is. I hope this shit looks better. I've been fucking with the camera. I've been fucking with the lights. I've been fucking with everything, so I hope it looks at least a little bit better. Getting caught. Yo, nope, I lost it. You ever start a story and it's gone? Happened to me. Yo, okay, here's one actually. This is a crazy one. So one time me and my buddy, I was staying the night at my friend's house. And then he was like, yo, this girl who lives in my neighborhood, how's it going? This girl who lives in my neighborhood just invited us over. So we go to this girl's house. She has a friend over. There's two girls. There's me and my friend. We go over. The house is empty. I'm like, this seems like it's going to be cool. We are going upstairs into this house. As we are halfway up the stairs, the front door opens. It's this broad's dad. He is like, why the fuck are you guys in my house? Justifiably. I get it. Like he wasn't wrong. So we were like, we're just going, man. We'll just go. And he let us go, which was cool. Like he could have just as easily not let us leave and fucked us up or whatever. Yelled at us, called not the cops. The cops doesn't seem right, but somebody. And then I got the impression afterwards that broad orchestrated it to happen like that. Like, I think she invited us over knowing that fool was about to come home. I don't know. I don't know what the end game was, but I was just really scared and nothing else bad happened, but it could have gone way worse, or way better. Like, it was all opportunities were there. The worst, like, getting caught is one thing, but like, you're doing something wrong. Like, you're doing something you are not supposed to be doing. So like, just the overall, like, when you're already doing something wrong, like you're on pins. Like, you can feel like the feeling of about to get caught is right there, even when you're alone. It just doesn't go away. Like, my Twitch chat is not going into the screen chat. Is it working? Testy. Oh, it did work. Look at that. First try. Hold on. I'm about to yell at my kids. These kids, bro. You guys are making me sweat it today. I'm here for it. It's fine. I will just keep reflecting on times where I've been caught. Yo, I got caught cheating on a test. I got caught cheating on, but like just normal cheating, just like looking over cheating. And that's like, first of all, if you have to look over on people's tests when you're taking the test. Like, you find someone smarter than you that's in your immediate vicinity and you write down their answers. Like, I know that I didn't study and they probably did. Even if they're wrong, they got a way better shot than me. Like, way better. I full on got failed once for happening, but I've also passed way many more tests than I wouldn't have than I failed that way. So it's all overall, it's been worth it. It's worth the risk. What's good, Sean? How are you, bud? Have you ever been caught? Or have you ever caught somebody doing something they weren't supposed to be doing? This is like a perfect Omegle topic. When I did this on Omegle, it was super fun. I might have to try to do that soon. I am. Sometimes the kids need to be yelled at, bro. They're out there yelling at each other. It's the least I can do is jump in and help. You know what I mean? At least now I'm helping. Just wanted to pop on and say have a great stream. Bye. Thank you. Yo, I know the new comp is late. I've been trying to finish it since Friday. It's going to be another long one. We're going to get 2 30-minute comps like within a week of each other. So it's pretty good. That could have been 4 comps probably. I got caught signing my mom's signature when I was younger, but I got away with a lot of shit. That's, yo, forging your parents' signature, it's such an appealing thing to do. Like most of the time you only need them to sign. Like if it's the syllabus, you're like, yeah, please sign this. Who gives a shit? But most of the time you have to have your parents sign something. It's not good. It's not good news. They're not like, hey, we just want to let you know your kid's doing great. Can you sign this so we know you know? Like it's never like that. So it's 100. Again, that's probably worth it. I have forged a signature many times too. Also, what sucks though is once it gets too serious, like they follow up. Like the signature sent home is like the first step. Once you fuck up again, they're coming right back for that one. I think it was for skipping class. What? That sounds fun. First of all, I love to skip class. I think I talked about this on stream too, but I got caught. Me and my friend used to ditch photography every day and go buy Gym Boys in his car. And we got caught coming back from that one time. My girl just caught me sleeping. She caught you taking a nap. Jordy came in and she caught me red-handed. Still thinking about that white kid in the TikTok that sounded like Shaggy. That's a top 10 TikTok. You let her catch you? I love that song. Well, all right. Oh, he's doing it. He's singing It Wasn't Me. I love it. We still need to. What was I gonna say? We still need to follow up. Still need to follow up with no. Again, I don't know what, like, I was halfway through that one. Maybe this is it. Maybe you'll just watch me struggle, and since no one's calling, you'll just watch me stammer for, well, I can do this for an hour. Just watch. I assume that you were copying and pasting. It wasn't me. That's fine. Got caught stealing school lunch one time. I had lunch money too. I was just bored. That's another one. See, like all of these all tie into the other topics. So like I know I've said all these more than once probably, but I mean a lot of them are me getting caught, so it's still part of it. I gotta tell you though, 15 minutes into a show is maybe a record for how long it's been since nobody called. Oh, we'll do some Reddit. I don't know why I'm acting like we don't do Reddit on this show. You know? All right, Reddit. Getting caught. What's your most embarrassing getting caught story? Oh man, guess what? They have a bunch of these on fucking Reddit. God, what happened to this window? Why is it so small? We'll just make a new one. Window capture. Here we go. On the fly. There it is. What's an appropriate size? We're going to say like this. I would much rather it be like. You guys still read that? I hope so. All right. Grandpa walked in on me naked in this position. Oh my God, I'm scared to click it. I'm actually almost relieved it's not coming up. Oh, his grandpa caught him trying to suck his own dick. I could have just finished the sentence. God damn it, that's fucking crazy. You could just die. Like, here's the thing. You could just die. Like, when your grandparents catch you doing something, well, here's the bonus. If your parents catch you doing something really embarrassing, like, you're gonna have to deal with that for most of your life. But if your grandparents catch you doing something weird, you only have to deal with it for the rest of their life. Like, you're basically just running out the clock. That's fine. Like, it could have been worse. Like, that's fucking horrific, and I'm sure he died inside. But also in like 7 years, it was all back to normal. Nobody, as long as the grandpa kept it quiet, and I'm assuming he didn't go around telling everybody about it, then you're probably good, bro. You're probably good. Told him I had an itch and I'd just gotten out of the shower. When he asked me about my boner, I just sort of shrugged it off saying it happened. He died 2 weeks later. See? He didn't tell anybody. There's no way he told anybody. 2 weeks is enough time he could have ruined your life, but also if it's his last 2 weeks, he's probably just fucking busy. Oh man. 2 of my lights just took a shit. They just went straight dead. Hope it doesn't look crazy. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. We're just gonna go one light shorty right here. Sorry, but I haven't been caught many times in my life due to my ability to lie. The times I've been caught aren't really worth talking about. Just stupid reasons to get arrested. That's funny. The guilt killed him? But why would the grandpa feel guilty? You know what I mean? He's the one, he didn't do nothing. He's just nosy. You didn't have to kill him. That's funny. So the dick, did you suck it? I was pretty active, flexible gymnast at the time, so I was able to touch the tip with my tongue. Wasn't all that great. I just saw somebody say that somebody said, it doesn't feel like you're getting a blowjob. It feels like you're giving a blowjob. I mean, I'm still sure that wasn't the last time they tried or the first time. If he was an active gymnast, first of all, that was not the first time he tried. Familia caught? My ex-girlfriend's mom. Okay, hold on. My ex-girlfriend's mommy. You guys, yeah. My ex-girlfriend's mom walked in while she was her giving me a blowjob. No clothes on the floor of a room. I was in the middle of coming. Oh. First of all, that they coined such a perfect term. I don't know if that's where it came from, but that's the first time I heard it. They nailed it on The League when they said vinegar strokes. They said it looks like someone put some vinegar right under your nose. And also that there's no stopping. Once you're in the vinegar strokes, there's no stopping. Like if you're gonna come, like the train's left the station. You know what I mean? So like if the door's opening, like you can't be like, I'm gonna hold it. Now, you know what I mean? So oh, the guilt of not telling anyone he caught him killed him. I can believe that. I'm telling you it's true. I'm the boy with it. That's fine. After about an hour, we get up with the confidence to go downstairs. Her mother was making Italian sausages for dinner. She looks at, I said, I'm making sausages, your favorite. That's funny. All in all, she was cool about it, but I've never wanted to disappear more in that moment. Yeah, I mean, the best thing that can happen is they're cool about it. You're not going to feel any better whether they're cool or worse. Like, you're going to still feel like dying either way. But, I mean, that is nice. I once tried to print out some pictures of boobs, stick it to the shower glass. First of all, for him to even explain it, like, you can't be putting up printed pictures in the shower. Wet paper, that doesn't make any sense. That's wild. Oh, it didn't print right away, and then 2 days later it printed out. That's so funny. Technology can catch you up every time. That's happened to many people. Hello?
Hello?
How's it going, man? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I got tired of watching you vlogs.
I appreciate it.
So I got Charlie's just up to over. She has about 30 minutes worth of things that I've caught her doing that she's not supposed to, like not putting her shoes away, her toys. No. All right, I got one. Do you remember Alicia that I dated? I don't know if you knew me then. But
I think maybe when I first met you, like the name is familiar, but
okay. So she was a bit younger than me, and about 3 years, and we started fornicating when I just turned 17. Don't worry, we stopped when I turned 18, though. Like we said, this is now illegal. And
we just took we put it on pause. Yeah, we put it on pause.
Yeah, we're like, if we make it till we're both 18, we'll do it again. I'm going to miss you. So her parents knew she was 14 and like dating me, and they were like okay with what was going on, like, you know. Well, one time her mother comes upstairs as I'm just like railing her, and opens the door and just sees me like butt ass naked, like on top of her daughter, and she's just fucking pretty hammered, and then was like, hey, so I'll forget that I just seen that. If Sean, you could just drive me to the store to get some cigarettes. So then I had to stop right then and then drive her mom, just me and her, to the store. It was like the most awkward fucking car ride ever.
But was she like, did she take that time to talk to you about it, or did she honestly just want to ride for cigarettes? Like, was it genuine?
She didn't give a fuck.
Oh, that's so tight. Worth it.
And hopefully, there's nobody that is gonna know exactly who we're talking about, because years later, after we split up, Alicia wanted to get me back when I went. What, you remember Latrell?
Yes,
definitely remember her. But I had just started talking to Latrell about the dater, and Alicia was like, "Oh fuck, I fucked up. I want it back." So she was like trying to get me to come over. So I ended up coming over to see her and her mom, and then they both try to fuck me separately.
Oh man,
that same mom that I had dated her. It was really weird. Like her daughter started acting kind of crazy, and I was like, I can't. And so I went down and like sat down on the couch next to her mom while she was still in the room, and then she started coming on to me, and I was like, what the fuck? And like that was the last time I ever talked to her mom. It's very weird.
Man. That like, as scary as that was, like, I'm sure you were still like, it's just sounded so crazy. Like, you must have been like, I can't believe it's happening, more than even being excited about it, right? Like, being desired is not as exciting as how crazy that is. Like, it doesn't go both, you know what I mean?
Oh, if she was better looking, I would have been all over it and done it for sure. But I had just already been there. Alicia actually got her wish, but she had to involve my girlfriend to get there, so it ended up working out for me. But
it sounds like maybe only you alone, which is still fine. I get, like, that's still good.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm glad that she didn't fucking get mad, bro. Like, also, it would have been way worse. To backtrack, I just mean it would have been way worse if she'd been like, yeah, take me to get cigarettes, and the whole way she's like, that's my daughter, she's a child. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could have fucking really laid it on you.
Like, if she was like a good mom, yeah.
Yeah, if she'd had any kind of parenting in there, like.
She just wanted her couple tall Bud Lights and some cigarettes.
Sometimes when you're really drunk, like the things you need, you really need them. Like you really need it.
I don't think I could ever see somebody doing that to my daughter. That's 14 though.
No,
wanting to kill 'em.
I'd be like, come on, I need you to drive me to the store, and then I would kill them. They'd be dead.
Yeah. After we got back and I had my cigarettes, though, because I did need those cigarettes. I don't. I mean, I used to really like to drink like a lot, and like that would be all I would think about when I was drinking was more drinks. But I think that would stop me in my tracks and be like, all right, pivot to murder. You know, like I think I'd be okay.
I mean,
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I have seen you get pretty crazy when you were drunk.
Oh, yeah, I'm very good at it. I'm one of the best in the world at getting crazy. Yeah, I don't think I ever got caught, like, sexual-wise after that. I mean, never caught cheating or nothing like that. And, I mean, if you're with one of my exes, I want you to know that I cheated on all of you. You guys
That means
never got me.
that you're not only an experienced cheater, but you're also good at it.
Yeah, that was great. I gave it up for this last girl because I was like, I'm done being a player. I'm just going to get really fat and I'm going to just get married and have kids. So I didn't cheat. And then I got cheated on.
That's how it goes. It always happens like that. Everyone who's ever stopped cheating, they got cheated on the next time. It's 100% game.
So just never stop cheating.
Yeah, there it is. That most gamblers stop right before they hit it big. It's the same concept. Like
I was gonna wait for it to see what you responded and then say exactly that. That's so funny. I was gonna because it's just same thing. What was the other one that I sent you? That was so fucking funny. The domestic violence one.
Oh yeah. Most women leave right before he's actually gonna stop, and they're.
Oh, I love those fucking memes. It's so good. All right, man. Well, I mean, just like Venmo me like $10 for saving the show or something.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, I already miss you.
All right, talk to you later, bud.
All right, later.
One time, my roommate, me and that guy who just called needed to go buy some weed. My roommate was like, I know a guy selling weed. And we went and met at that other guy's house. And my roommate was there. And then the guy who called looked at the weed and he was like, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I'm good. And then my roommate's like, oh, classic guy who just called, like just out of nowhere, like really, really out of nowhere. And then he's like, what? I'm not gonna fucking buy it. I don't want it. Like, you want me to buy it just to be cool so I know you don't think I'm rude? Like, so then we leave. As soon as we leave, my roommate gets beaten up by the other guy who was selling the weed. Some weird shit happened. Like, we don't even know. It was not because we didn't buy the weed. Like, it wasn't my fault. It was some kind of like side setup, sidebar, and they were friends too. So like, I didn't even know what happened with them, but like, it was just crazy. Cause then my roommate comes back. He just has a single black eye. It looks like he got beat up on a sitcom. And then what was weird was he had this black eye for like the next 4 months. He had a black eye every time I saw him for like over 100 days. Like, there's no question. It was so long to have a black eye. It was crazy. I thought he had to be actively still getting hit in the face. Had sex underneath a viewpoint near a cliff in the late hours of the evening. Thought no one was around. Sounds like you knew people were probably around. Guy comes to appreciate the view. I look up, make eye contact with him, pull out. He clocks what just happened and gives me a slow thumbs up before walking away. That's funny. First of all, that's as cool as that dude could have been about it. For him to see that you were having sex and he's like, you're good, bro. And then leaves. Like, that means you're polite for stopping, but it wasn't even necessary. Like, he was just like, I'm out of here. And that's the right way to be. I like to think that if I walked up on someone having sex, I would have the wherewithal to be like, you're all good, bro. He had a deal to go back every week. It is Black Ivory Black. Yeah, bro. I really thought he had to still be getting in fights or something. Like, let's pivot to show the times you've gotten your ass beat. Yo, I just got my ass beat this weekend. I could tell a couple stories. I could tell a couple stories about getting my ass beat. No, I mean, I have gotten my ass beat a couple times. That would actually be a great topic. I got beat up Wednesday. I got my ass beat on Wednesday. I got beat up. That's a great topic. We're doing it, Sean. That's a great suggestion. I like that all these stories are very short. Like, this is the only topic I've ever looked up on Reddit where all this shit is readable because it's hella short. My significant other and I were living with my mom when we first moved. Pretty vocal in bed. Look, this is the girl. We both knew my mom was home, so I used a pillow to absorb what I couldn't keep back. It's a graphic story. We noticed our door was left open a little bit, and my mom calls from down the call. Is everything okay? We said, yeah, we're fine. She said, are you sure? I said, why? Because it sounded like you're having a seizure. That's funny. Oh, and she says, I should mention I am epileptic. That's funny. So that means the mom's probably always listening out. If you're epileptic and you live with your mom, you know she's always being like, is this bitch flopping around back there? She's got her ear out for you all the time because she loves you. So if you're in there fucking, you're abusing that love. Like, that's... Also, just don't be loud. You know what I mean? Like, if you're having sex and your parents are there, you should be quiet. Not try to be quiet. You should just be quiet. You're right. It's not unavoidable. You can keep it in. You know what I mean? Like, but that's a topic for a different judge. Can't hear you. Oh, fuck. I bumped the mic again. God damn it. There is a fucking gain switch on the bottom of this mic, and if I bump the mic, it goes all the way quiet, and then it's quiet for hella long, and I don't even know till somebody says something. It's happened so many times. God damn it. My boyfriend and I were on the couch in the basement making out. My shirt was pulled up with my tits out. That's not what she wrote. That's how I'm reading it. His brother walked in. His brother was about 10. I jumped off me and said, hey, buddy, and tried to sweet talk his brother, not telling his mom. He told their mom. That's so funny. Yo, you can bribe like a 10-year-old for silence. Like, I know that if I gave my 10-year-old like whatever she wants, I don't know, dessert. She always wants some candy or some shit. If I gave her that, she would at least try not to spill the beans. Like, you can buy a child silence. They will eventually either blackmail you further, like they will eventually still tell when you stop giving them your shit, or they will say it on accident because kids are bad at lying. But I do think you can bribe a kid not to say anything. I think that that's possible. Oh, unless your little brother is just a fucking nerd and then he's just likes to tell on you. I don't know. It's probably different with siblings. Like, I could probably buy my kids silence, but if it was my sibling, I'm sure they always want to get you in trouble. So I could see that. Oh. This guy says he thought he woke up to an empty house because it was so quiet you could hear a pin drop, and he listened to audible porn and used the fleshlight. That means it's making sex sounds. Like, when a fleshlight is in play, there are squishy sounds happening for sure. For you to even think you could pull a fleshlight out of a drawer and not check that no one's home first, you're an idiot. You deserve to get caught, and everyone should know that you're a weirdo. Like, any sex toy is to be enjoyed, and also in the back of your mind, you're like, I gotta hide it. That's part of the fun. So you also can't be caught with that shit. You gotta know there's no one fucking home. That's part of being a responsible sex toy owner, is being ashamed. After waxing the carrot for 30 or 40 minutes, there's absolutely no reason to ever be masturbating that long. This guy's an absolute serial killer, and they should find the poster of this Reddit post. Let's throw out all other content or reason we were reading this story. For him to say he was masturbating for 30 minutes means that he is not only a crazy person, but a dangerous one. Find him. That's very scary. I can't even finish that story knowing a maniac wrote it. That is horrific. Scary stuff. You don't think you're going to find a post from an insane person. I mean, even on Reddit, you expect it to be okay. Like, worked in a cornfield with my boyfriend, had some alcohol. Reflexes weren't as sharp. Police car pulled up behind us. I was only able to get my t-shirt on before the flashlight was aimed through my window. Rural America knew the police officer. Damn. To get caught having car sex by a cop that you knew, that sounds like it fucking sucks. Like, that sounds like it, like, also, because if you know the cop, like, they're gonna tell your parents or some shit. Like, it's gonna be even, like, it's gonna be way worse than it even needs to be. Like, they're gonna make it extra lame. Like, as whack as a cop could have made this situation right now, he's gonna double down because you fucked him over in high school or some stupid shit. Like, that's crazy. And at least an hour on multiple occasions? That's crazy. But maybe looking, first of all, not looking, I don't do that. But like, to be actively masturbating for an hour, that's not doing anybody any good. Like, I scroll XNXX too much. You know what's crazy? Everything is so much more advanced than it was when I was a kid, technology-wise. Obviously, we all feel like that, right? Every single thing I use is a better version of something I used to use, but still, every time it's porn time, that site he just said, XNX, the site that I learned when I was 12, that's where I'm like, we got to go look for porn there. Why am I like that? Like, do I think there's no better places to find porn in the last 30 years? Or 20 years? I'm sure there is. It has to be. But, man, the only time I busted a nut is when I get caught. That's funny. Yeah, some guys pay extra for that. If you want to get caught, that's what it's all about, right? Just popping in, mix anything good. No. I mean, if you like getting caught, then I'm sure it's funny that, well, I guess it's not funny because I guess it's probably problematic, but people who do enjoy getting probably engineer situations where they do get caught. And I guess that's where it gets problematic because then they're involving people who didn't know, right? Man, I just made up that whole scenario based off the joke this guy made in the chat. I went too deep. I spiraled. The insides came out. My friend and I were on the side of the road about 10 feet from the intersection of the highway on the road we live on. We're selling our goods. What? Do you think they're gonna like elaborate on what they mean by they're selling their goods on the side of the road? Oh, maybe they mean, maybe this person is, they're selling lemonade, it says. They were selling lemonade on the side of the highway? Oh, they were 8. That's crazy. Well, a cop should get you off the highway if you're 8. That was such a confusing post. Like, I didn't know if they were like a prostitute or a robot. Like, no part of that story was giving me context clues as to what was actually happening. That's a long one. Too long, didn't read. My friend and I burned his house down with fireworks at the age of 14. Fuck. Yo, I actually got caught doing something similar once. I didn't burn their house down, but my friend's parents were acting like I could have burned their house down. I thought they were overreacting, but then like I had some smoke bombs and I did them on their porch, and then the smoke like dyed part of the wood on their porch, which they were also mad about. They were also mad I was doing fireworks while they were home alone. Guess what? If you have your son's friends over and you leave them home alone, it's not their fault what happens next. You as a parent cannot leave two fucking 12-year-old boys alone in the house just because you live in the country. Like, you can't, like, when you have company, it's like, if you want to leave your kid home alone, go for it. But like, also, you can't be leaving other people's kids home alone. They don't know that. My mom didn't send me over there because she knew that fool's mom wasn't there for sure. So when she's mad at me for doing fireworks, be mad at yourself. But I will say this, many years later, I threw a lit smoke bomb out the window of a car. And when I came back that way, it did seem like there had been a large field fire. And so I will admit she might have been right. I do think we could have possibly burned the house down, but still felt a little extreme. It wasn't extreme. She really just gave me a dressing down. She just kind of yelled at me, which is fine. Getting yelled at by somebody else's parent, you're like, who gives a shit? Like, I barely care when my mom yells at me. You think I'm gonna give a fuck when your mom yells at me? Fuck off, bro. Not a chance. Go ahead and call in. Tell me when you got caught. I will turn this Reddit shit off in a heartbeat. 540-583-4464. Tell me if you caught somebody too. When my significant other first started dating, my dad hadn't really met him. We were getting jiggy with it. What a great way to say it. When we thought he was out, my dad thought I was out and came into my room to get a DVD. I hid in a crevice by my bed, and my dad essentially found a stark naked stranger in his daughter's bed. Fuck. Damn. That sucks, bro. I like to imagine you just stared at each other awkwardly. When you find a naked dude in your daughter's bedroom, like, you probably have to calm yourself down very quickly, very fast. Like, your initial reaction is probably to fucking go ballistic, and you probably have to just be like, all right, man, oh fuck, that sounds fucking whack. I don't even like thinking about it. You know.
Hey, what's up, Meatball?
What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. All right, I got a good one for you. So it's 2011, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it's 2011, and I had just moved back down to West Virginia from Boston, and my aunt is using my car at the time. I had a Dodge Charger at the time that I let her fucking drive all over the goddamn place. And she was out with it all fucking day. So, I'm sitting in the basement at my mom's house, and Destiny messages me. And we get to talking, she's like, yeah, if you want to hang out today, just come pick me up. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't fucking have a car right now. So I go upstairs to sneak into my mom's room while she's sleeping, and I steal the keys to her fucking car. And I don't know when this bitch is going to wake up. It's actually like fucking like 4:30 p.m. at this point, somewhere in there, because she sleeps in the middle of the day a lot. And so I haul ass out to Destiny's house, which is like fucking, it's supposed to be 40 minutes away, but I got there in like 27. So I go out there, pick her up, and then drive her back to my place. I sneak her in the basement door. And, yeah, like the other fucking comment said, I'm starting to get jiggy with it on the couch right there, next to the sliding glass door that, like, fucking I go in and out of, right? And so I am face first in between two thighs. Just really fucking soaked face and everything. And I hear the fucking sliding glass door fucking open from like 4 feet away from us. And my aunt walks in and goes, "Hey, here's your car back, fuckface." But she doesn't realize yet. And she looks down, she goes, "Oh my God." This is the first time Destiny had met like any of my family ever. Yep, and she's fucking buck naked on the fucking couch in broad daylight.
Damn.
So
it's
I
funny
didn't get
also
caught
that had
for
you just
fucking-
waited like what are we talking about? Like an hour. If you just waited like an hour, you would have had your car back and been in the clear. You know what I mean? Like a very short
wasn't
window
waiting.
later, everything would have lined up perfect. But instead, it all lined up horribly. Like it all went terrible.
Oh no, me and Destiny had never gotten a hookup, and we've had a crush on each other for like fucking 5-6 years at that point. So I was like, I'm not waiting a goddamn second. Fuck this. I'm seizing the moment. I'm carping.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You got to get in where you fit in. You're probably right. You're probably right. But I just to say you almost had it. Like it almost went off without a hitch.
Yeah. Actually, well, it did go off without a hitch, but it wasn't my fault. The condom broke.
Oh man, it was stacked against you. It's just everything that could have gone wrong started to go wrong.
Well, my mom didn't find out I stole her car.
So that's surprising. When you started the story, I assumed that's what you were going to get caught for. I thought you were still about to get caught for that. So that's actually impressive.
No, because I had my car back, so I used my car to drive her back home. But yeah, all I got caught doing was eating pussy.
So then did your aunt tell your mom?
No, she didn't ask questions about how the fuck Destiny got here. She
There you
didn't
go.
care.
So
She
that's
was out
tight.
running
No,
around
you're
in my
good.
fucking Charger all day.
It's still embarrassing for her, but less. It's less embarrassing for you
Oh,
because you
much
probably don't even
super.
care anymore. Once the problem has resolved itself, you haven't even thought about it again, probably. So really, like it's not so bad because then she gets to still meet your mom with a clean slate eventually, right?
Yeah, but she still has to look at my aunt's face at fucking Thanksgiving every year. That was the first time she ever met any of them.
Well,
yeah,
one person.
that was real bad.
One person, it could have been worse. It would have still
Yeah,
been
it
way worse
definitely
had
could
it
have
been
been
your
worse.
mom too. I would way rather my aunt walk in on some crazy shit than my mom.
Well, fucking my aunt and my mom are pretty fucking cool. So like, it would have been a problem for like maybe 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'd be like, "Can y'all just fuck off? I'll take her home. Shut up."
Yeah, it was bad enough for me. I don't need to hear about it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. That's as good as it gets then, I guess. I take it all
All right,
back.
if I think of another one, I'll ring you up again.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, bye.
Man, get caught. Condom breaks. That all sounds slippery. I mean, that all sounds still very stressful. Now you're buying a Plan B pill on the way home. Now we're talking gas and $50. Still worth it. Still worth it. You made it happen. Three weeks ago. Oh, this is the one I just. Was fapping. I didn't know people actually said this as a verb like this. I think this is just internet speak. I don't think anybody calls jerking off fapping, right? Or am I wrong? Maybe it's just people younger than me and I don't know about it. I got a chick pregnant because we got walked in on 2 seconds before I was gonna pull out during a cuddle fuck. Oh, damn. True story, they say. I'm gonna believe you. Yo, so that's crazy. So getting caught resulted in you getting someone pregnant. That's nuts. That's 100%. That's 100%. I just mean like that's like the worst. Like you think getting caught, I guess you could go to jail for like murder. That's the worst thing that can happen. But like getting caught and that means you get someone pregnant, that's wild. That's wild to me. You did it. That's a good one. Freshman year, my friend down the hall walked in after returning from class. There happened to be Cheez-Its by the bed. Ever since, everyone thinks I use Cheez-Its to jack off. How? How would they think you were even incorporating the Cheez-Its? Like I get that they would want to make a nickname and still talk shit to you about it. Like that all checks out to me. I get that. But for them to just think like, hey, this guy's jerking it with Cheez-Its, like they could have gone so much better. Like they could have talked so much better shit to you than that. That means your friends aren't funny and that the worst people caught you. Like, also that means if they don't have a good joke about it, that means they also tell a lot of people. They're like, hey, I know this guy. Or whenever like you meet a new person with them, they're gonna tell them this guy jerks off with Cheez-Its. So I guess that's pretty funny. You know what? I would enjoy it. It's not creative, but it's funny. That one too. Damn, that means I almost missed that one. My back is so sore. This is almost long enough that they could have put a long thing. I would have liked to read the last sentence of that. Dad came home while I was in bed with my boyfriend. I was planning to introduce them the next day. I threw on clothes and ran to the living room and left him in the bedroom. Dad noticed my wet hair and asked whose truck was in the driveway. Then from down the hall comes my boyfriend, also with wet hair. Damn. I mean, he didn't catch them in the act, so it could have gone worse, but still catching aftermath is still getting caught, and it still probably had implications. Like, especially, I mean, she didn't say if like she was young enough that she was going to be like in trouble with her dad, but still that sounds fucking awkward. Whack. Oh, my dad caught me one time. Not doing sex stuff, thankfully, but one time we had like this big field back behind my house and it wasn't ours. Like it was just on our property that my landlord was renting out to a separate people, but no one ever went in these fields. Like they rented out this factory. These fields were like completely unkept. So me and my friends started trying to grow like a little bit of weed out there and we just had them in buckets. Like, and then literally 2 days after we put these buckets out there, no one has been out there in like fucking years. Like we are having to like fucking cut down grass to even walk this shit out places. Like it is completely unkept. 2 days after we put this shit out there, I see a tractor out in the field cutting shit down. Like they are mowing this field. Like somehow it just lined up exactly when we went out. I couldn't even believe it. So then I run out there to get these buckets with the plants in them. I'm like running them back into my barn and then my dad sees me. My dad is like as cool with weed as anybody could be. So I don't even know why I was bugging, but I was also like having the buckets. So I just really felt like I was getting caught extra. And then he was like, oh, don't grow weed back behind the house. All right. And I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. And then that was it. You know, he wasn't even really mad, but he was like, oh, don't do that. And I was like, all right. He was also cool enough about it that it made me want to just drop it too. Like I was like, well, I'm not trying to fight with you about this one, dog. You're good. Girl I was dating took me to her house and I assumed I think he means no one was home. We were in her room messing around. I heard the door creak open and her mom held open a microsecond and walked in. Never said anything about it. Oh, walked out. I have nightmares about the look she had. That's so funny. Yikes. Bro, that's tough. This is not the worst time, however. That means they got caught a second time. I don't even need the follow-up story. Then boyfriend and I were mid-coitus when his mom walks in and grabs me, roughly drags me crying to the door and throws me out. Jazz from Fresh Prince style. That's crazy. Like if you're that's dad behavior. I couldn't imagine a mom doing that, right? Like I don't know why. Like I could see a dad pulling a dude off and throwing him out, right? But to imagine a mom catching her son having sex and then she grabs the bitch and is like, fuck you, throws her out of the house. That's crazy. It's also rude, but I just wouldn't expect it. I just wouldn't expect that. I don't know. Maybe that says more about me. Maybe I'm being sexist that I don't expect that from a mom. I was 20 and my grandfather walked in to me giving my wife. Grandfather walked in. He said, oops, never mind. That's funny. Fuck. That's, you just, like, you probably don't want to start, like, keep going at all, right? Like, even if he walks right out, you're probably like, we'll put a pin in that, right? If your grandpa catches you, that's just time out. Go ahead and call me. I'm not committed to doing these Reddit ones, baby. 540-583-4464. Call me and tell me a time you got caught. Or you caught somebody. That's a long one. Skipping it. Hot at 22 years old by my dad. I was jacking off midday on the bed with a napkin. Walks through the door, doesn't say a word, and leaves the room. Doesn't say anything for a while. Worst experience, so shameful. Yo, that sounds so scary, bro. That's such a bummer. If your dad caught you whacking it, I'm sure it's happened to like a high percentage of dudes. Like it never happened to me, but it has to have, like, your parents caught you jerking it. It probably has to happen to so many guys. Like that sounds like a nightmare. That's honestly horrific. Like I have such a natural fear of getting caught when masturbating. Like it's just the feeling that's in there. You're just scared. It's part of it. Like I'm scared that it's happening, that I'm about to get caught, even if no one's around really. I could be home alone and I would still be scared I was about to get caught. It feels like someone's about to catch you. That's part of it. I don't know why. It's like a deep shame that's back here. Fuck. I mean, I've been caught by my wife. That's embarrassing enough. Like, but also she doesn't really care. So it's just like embarrassing. It just makes me sad. She doesn't care. But like, that's so much better than it being one of your parents. That would make me cry. It would also make it so if I ever got caught by one of my parents jacking it, I would probably never jerk it again. It would ruin it. It would ruin it. Scary stuff. Headphones in, watching porn and jacking, and my mom walks in with a piece of cake and she does like a 20 double takes to keep trying to leave, but she doesn't. Then she puts the cake down on the corner of my bed and ran out. Oh, she panicked. Oh, fuck. That sucks, bro. She didn't know what to do. She just wanted to leave so bad. She wanted to die. Like you can just tell by the way she reacted that it's way worse for her catching him than it is for him. Like he's like scared, like he's shocked, but she's like her brain overloaded. For her to be like trying to leave and then she still turns around and puts down the cake. She was in complete shock, bro. Full panic move. About to try to get caught right now, just thinking about that. That's funny. Gross. I don't know. Jerking it with headphones on is greedy. You're greedy. You're not taking ample precautions not to get caught. Like you're welcoming getting caught. 2 earphones in, surround sound sex sounds while you're jerking it. That's what you need. That's crazy. That's greedy, bro. I don't know why I'm focusing on that part of the story, but that's the most egregious part to me. Once in college. I have not been sitting up this whole time. Is that why my back fucking hurts? Got caught having sex in my car by campus security. Fuck. It sounds like you could get in school trouble for that, even in college. That's how I saw the light in the window, heard tapping on the window. He was pretty cool about it. Sure, it wasn't that rare an occurrence. When I was in high school, this girl's mom caught her giving me head in my car in my driveway. She tried to tell me she was asleep. She didn't buy it. Damn. Exactly. I got caught exactly like that. But I was in the bed of a truck. I wasn't in a car, but it was also in the driveway. Why like the fact that I was outside of the bed of a truck is way worse than being in the car. A car is an enclosure. In a closed space, you can do sneaky sex things there. A truck bed is like this. You shouldn't be laying in there doing sex stuff on the sneak. I mean, if you have a truck and you are trying to but it wasn't my truck. It wasn't her truck. So this is somebody else's truck in a driveway. No good. No good. Basically the same as just being outside. Maybe worse. Girlfriend's proms night. I graduated the year before. We all go out. Limo, James Bond suit. Sounds fun. Too long of a story. I shattered my leg in 7 places while sneaking out of the house. 3 surgeries, 4 scars, and an infection, $60,000 hospital bill. I also found out that I'm allergic to most antibiotics. So all that to say that he got caught sneaking out because he had probably needed help. That's fucking crazy. Oh, I wish there was video on him falling. Like if I could see the video of them falling, I would put it on this stream for all of us right now and I'd watch it 4 or 5 times. I love seeing people fall off the roof of their house. That's one of my top 5 favorite internet things. Heard a story of a guy robbing a bank and getting away with it until he tried to put up the same marked bills in his bank account at the same bank he robbed. I believe that. I don't know if that's true, but I would believe that. People are dumb. So, plus once you already get away with it, you're probably being careful is like, I wouldn't think about it first because I'm dumb. So like most criminals are dumb. He's probably more focused on fucking taking care of the shit. He's like, I stole all this money. I have shit I need to pay for. Put it in the bank. Like, that's it. Years older than my brother. Because of this, there was a 2-year block where the excitement of Christmas Day had passed for me, but it was alive and well for him. At 8 a.m. or so Christmas morning, I woke up and felt a very strong need. See, he also saying, Fab, I would never, ever in my life even think to say that. Like, even as I'm reading it right there, it doesn't sound right. Like, I have to be like, oh, that means jerking off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never, ever think to say it like that. Do people younger than me actively say it like that or from somewhere else? Like, is that a common thing? I've seen it twice. Maybe it's just a Reddit thing. I've heard people say it on HBO shows, but they don't always talk like normal people on there. My buddy brought his Tinder date to the party. He ended up leaving early, but the party host's mom walked in on her husband getting a blowjob for my buddy's Tinder date in the bathroom. Holy shit. It's funny that he brought a rando to the party. It's funny he left her there. And then it's funny that she caused so much of a ruckus. Those are all great things. That's a great story too. You're 2 for 2 on that one, bud. Holy shit. I hope that lady's husband and that Tinder date, I hope they got together after that. I hope once that guy got divorced, that they got together. I hope it's happily ever after for at least a couple people in that story, because that's going to make me feel good. That's crazy. Caught my dad with my friends when I had to cut school. My dad caught me. My dad caught me with my friends when I had cut school. He whooped my ass in the middle of the street as my friends laughed. That's so real, bro. That's so funny. People in the neighborhood came out to watch and cheered my dad on. That's so funny. That's like immediate consequences. You get caught, there's immediate repercussions. Immediately. I ordered Jerry Springer Red, White, and Nude off the pay-per-view by accident when I was in middle school. I just wanted to see the free preview. Oh, yo, when I only had satellite, so you really could buy pay-per-views like one touch, like a couple touches of the button, like 2 touches, like it probably took some advance, like a little bit of stupid stuff, but also if you're young enough to be watching Jerry Springer trailers, which is, I mean, a lot of people would do it if it's on TV. Like anytime you can see boobs for a second on TV, you will find a way to do it. So I get it. I knew I was gonna get caught because I'd show up on the cable bill, right? Nope. I told my mom I ordered Red, White, and Nude for nothing since it never came up on the bill. Edit. I think I edited it quick enough after I clicked purchase in order for it to not be charged. Maybe he just, yeah, so maybe he thought he bought it and he actually didn't. Like, I believe that's probably it. That's his son ended up knocking him out and they're now divorced. True story. Yo! That's probably something most dudes don't think about when they're cheating. Like your kids, you dudes, like you have to think about how it affects your kids, I would think, but also if to think your kid might beat you up about it, I would never, like, maybe because I don't have boys, I don't know. That's to like your dad cheats on your mom and then you go knock that motherfucker out. That's I couldn't see it, bro. I mean, like it's nice that you like your mom that much, but you're picking sides pretty quickly here. That's so funny. God damn it. So it's funny that this guy basically thought he ordered pornography and then told his mom about it. He caught himself. He 100% caught himself. That's fantastic. That's better than getting caught. He dry snitched. Mom walked in on me having a wank. I love the way this dude talks. But I wasn't sure whether I should put my dick away or close the video. That's exactly how I said earlier when the guy's mom caught him. That's full on panic. If you don't know whether to put your dick away or just close the video, that means you're embarrassed about your mom seeing both things, obviously. But also that you're in like full on shock panic and you're not making the right decision. Like whatever I read that he does next, I know that he's already panicking because he's thinking about which to do. In the end, I fumbled to do both and I was made worse when she stayed in the room and asked me what I was doing and what was the video on my computer. I swear my mom is... So for her to not even realize, or at least like it sounds like she was just trying to be mad at him, not like she didn't realize. That makes more sense. Sounds like more like a proud of getting caught story. My dad was in the kitchen. And me and I, along with female company, was finishing up in the shower, making my way through the kitchen back to my room. It's happened twice. My dad was giving me a high five both times. That's funny. I mean, that sounds reasonable. He's not actually catching you, right? Like he's not seeing anything really gross. He just knows that his son's in there doing sex, which is gross. But also if you live in the same house and I guess it's happening. Like, yeah, that's all good. It's a cool dad. And it's not that weird, I don't think. Mother walked in on me wanking. Just as I came. Fuck. That's horrible. Because also, like, what? That sounds so bad, bro. That sounds so bad. Is that what you said? Is that what she said? In your commentary? No, just goddamn in general. Yeah, lock the door. Like, also, just if you're gonna wank it, bro, just go somewhere that's safe. Like, go into a safe space. Go into the bunker. Like, you can't just be whipping it out wherever that your mom can catch you. That's irresponsible. I'm only reading a couple more of these Reddit stories. So if you want to call in before this show wraps up and we do times I got beat up on Wednesday, 540-583-4464, call in or I will end this shit. So help me God. My mom walked in on me with a big, muscular, naked black guy on top of me in her house in high school. That was one shitty lock. Well, bedroom door locks over time, like, they're not great. Like, but it has to be like years. Like, by the time we moved out of the house I was growing up in, like, most of the door locks, you could really just jiggle them hard and open it. Like, or just push it. Like, either the fittings, like, it's just wear and tear. It's not a dependable lock. But you did your best. I gotta tell you, I don't think that I don't think she needed to say that the guy was black. I don't think that was part of the story. Unless her mom is racist, then it's material to the story. That's funny. Well, actually, I'm glad I know. So I'm glad she wrote it. You know, hello? Hold on. That's funny. Me and my friends were in the middle school, woke up everyone and harassed people on the end of the year camping trip. Vice principal catches us, big fat bastard wearing no shirt, goes to get the principal, big old bastard also wearing no shirt. They lectured us for an hour and a half while one jiggled and the other one's. Yo, to get yelled at by the school administrators and they're both topless, that's fucking, it's, first of all, even if they're like in the act of catching you on like a school trip, like it just seems inappropriate. If you are chaperoning a school trip, even if you don't normally sleep in a shirt, you probably should. If you catch some kids doing some shit they're not supposed to, you should probably put your shirt on and then deal with it. Like, they're wrong for that. The administrators are 100% wrong for that. Put some goddamn shirts on. That's crazy. He should have gotten off the hook for whatever he was in trouble for because they did that. Oh, yo, one time I was, okay, this is maybe the worst time I ever got caught. And so I'll tell this one real quick before I end this show. Baby is just in there knocking the car keys on the door of this room. I hope it doesn't show up on the stream, but it's driving me slowly insane. So the worst time I ever got caught, I was on the road for a wrestling tournament in college. I was like 18 and a half. And we were in San Francisco and we were in like an old ass hotel. And I had like half a blunt and my friend had like an eighth of weed and a bubbler. Like, really, like, it was like 2008. So that's a bubbler was how people were smoking then. It was popular. And like, I'm literally leaned out of the window of the hotel, like Winnie the Pooh. Like, I'm literally, my whole upper body is out of the window of this hotel. And I smoke half a blunt. I already had smoked half the blunt before we left. So I'm literally smoking like half a blunt. I have no other weed with me. So I figure I'm like not gonna get caught. I don't have any shit on me. Like, I should have just left the hotel. I saw other teams outside smoking weed just a little further away from the hotel. And I was like, oh, maybe I should have done that. The next thing that happens is like some dudes from the team knock on the door and I open the door and they're like, oh dude, it smells so much like weed in here. And I was like, does it? I can never smell that shit. I don't know if I've been smoking too long or I've just always been around weed smells or what. I cannot tell when somewhere I am really smells like weed. Like maybe if I walk in fresh, like if I walk in from outside somewhere and it smells like weed, I can smell it for like a second. But like for the most part, I cannot tell when somewhere smells like weed at all. So when they were like, oh, dude, it smells like weed in the hallway. As soon as you open your door, it smelled crazy like weed in here. It's worse in the hallway now. I was like, oh, fuck. So then like 5 minutes later, the wrestling coach comes in and I'm bugging, bro. I'm bugging. And it's me, the other dude that was smoking, and another guy who was not doing anything wrong at all. So then the coach goes, hey, what's going on in here? And I was like, just chilling, man, just hanging out. And he goes, what's up with that smell? And I was like, oh, you know what? It kind of smelled like that when I got in here. I thought that it smelled weird when I walked in here too. And he goes, it smelled like marijuana when you walked in here. I was like, I don't know about that. So then he's like, well, what's up? So I'm just keeping quiet. I'm not going to rat on myself or anybody else just because like I know we're all going to get in trouble no matter what happens probably at this point. So then the guy I was smoking with goes, I was smoking right here. I had some weed in my bag and I was smoking. And I was like, oh, tight. This fool's just jumping on the grenade. Like I was like, what a dude. I was so stoked. And then the coach is like, okay. And then what were you guys doing? He's doing something wrong. You guys are just sitting here watching. Then the guy who said he was smoking, my buddy goes, well, Morgan was smoking too. And I was like, we didn't have to do that. Like, I'm not going to deny it. Like, I'm not going to deny it because I was smoking. But also, you didn't have to say shit. You already had taken the blame for both of us. You could have left it at that, bro. And so then I'm like, yeah, I was also smoking. It's fine. And then he was like, well, what about the third guy? And we're both like, no, he's not doing anything. It's fine. The coach is still mad at him because he didn't come tell on us right away, or he was still in there, or he didn't believe that he wasn't doing anything, any sort of it. But so we're all three in trouble. They are like, here, you guys just go outside and run sprints. We'll figure out what to do. So we're running sprints for so long. And I assume they're fucking like going through our room because all the shit's tossed when we get back, all that. Like, I was really into like wrestling at the time. So like, I was also really upset that I just got in trouble. I was there to wrestle. So I figured I wasn't going to get to wrestle that trip. I was mostly so fucking high that as like the getting caught was happening, as like I was in trouble, like I couldn't even process it because I was so high at the time. Like I was just like, man, I know this is serious, but fuck. Like it just wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to because I was so fucking stoned. And so then the coach was basically just like, yo, go run to the gas station. It was not close. He was like, get Febreze, get air fresh, get everything you can get stuff to clean the room, clean that whole fucking room out. And then we just didn't get to wrestle. And I actually don't think I even wrestled for the rest of the year. I think I was in like big trouble over it. The other guy, the coach was like, we're not really that mad at you, right? They were only super mad at me. I don't know why, but I get it. I was wrong, and that was it. I just got caught, but it was like red-handed, mostly just because I was dumb. Oh shit. What's up, Mike? Thanks for calling again.
No problem. All right, so when I was in high school, like when I was a sophomore, I used to sneak out of my house almost like 3 or 4 nights, like every week, 3 or 4 weeknights.
Most nights.
Yeah, most nights. And not like most of the time, I didn't even have like a goal in mind. I was just like, let's get the fuck out of my house. I'm awake anyway, and it's the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So my bedroom window was about 10 feet, 11 feet from the ground outside. But there was a really big fucking unmaintained bush in front of it. So I took out the screen to my window. I would open my window, and I just jump out the motherfucker into the bush. And then I'd go over to my front porch and get a porch chair and then like stuff it in, and it was green too, so it blended in inside the bush so I could step on that and then jump, grab the windowsill, and then pull myself up and kind of like slither my way back into my room. So it's been going on for a while, and I had already been brought home twice by the cops for sneaking out, like them finding me like on a back road walking around or some shit at like 3:30 in the morning. And so this is where the getting caught really gets good, because it's not like the cops brought me home or anything. They just realized I wasn't there. Like, randomly, they were just like, all right, like, to watch some bratwurst at 2 a.m.? Because my family keeps weird fucking time. But, like, they were like, yeah, he's not fucking here at all. So I knew I was fucked because my bedroom light was on and my curtain was open when I got back to the house. And I left the light off and the curtain down. And so I tried to be as quiet as fucking humanly possible. So I tried to jump, pull myself up, and, just, like, belly board into my window. And I was pretty quiet, but I wasn't a super skinny kid. I wasn't super, super athletic. I used to be called the Cape and Bridge Fat Ninja for jumping in and out of that window. And so not fucking 8 seconds after my stomach hits the carpet in my room, door fucking flies open, and there's my stepdad, who is currently in a walker because he broke his back in a car accident like 8 months ago. And he is pissed, and he's like 45, 48 years old, aggressively approaching me with a walker. At like fucking a mile every 60 seconds. I mean, that's fast. No. Fuck. But, like, he's getting to me real fucking slow. And he's screaming and shit. And then my mom is shit-faced. She comes running down the hall. And she's like, don't you fucking scream at him. He didn't do anything. He just came home. And my stepdad, he's like, I'm sick of this little fucker. He keeps bringing the cops to my house. He's like, if my back was working, I'd kick the fucking shit out of you.
That's hilarious.
And then my mom tries to fucking push fucking Crippy Boy down the hallway, and he kind of stumbles a little bit. And it was just the most haphazard fucking group of 3 retards at like 3:30 in the morning I had ever seen in my fucking life.
Did you think for a second that he was about to beat you up, even though he was all fucked up?
I thought maybe he was going to try if he closed the gap.
I
didn't really like him then.
What was his intent even? Like, when he was moving at you, know what I mean? Like, he was probably like, if for him to even say it, he must have really meant it. Like, he wasn't even just saying, he was wishing that he was well. Like, he was like, I wish my back was better so I could fuck you up right now.
Yeah, like he was in the Army, so he was like coming at me like a fucking 87-year-old drill instructor, like pointing at me and shit, all fucking with the brows down and everything.
Nice try.
And we didn't get along because I was a little shit and he was, plowing my mom.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him. Yeah. It's funny that your mom was just more concerned about you. That sounds right to me too. That sounds like she was in.
Oh, no, my mom is 5'2", 125, 28 pounds soaking wet, and she's broken this man's nose like twice. Like, she's fought every fucking man she's ever been with in her life and won.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, like, her name is Linda, and nobody fucks with Linda.
Nobody fucks with Linda.
Nope. Mm-mm. She's stabbed 3 of my old stepdads.
Fuck. You know what? It sounds
Once
like
was
Linda's a part of
Parky.
this equation. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, Linda's a huge part of the fucking equation. She's like, if you give her vodka, dude, she'll just walk into a room and start pushing your forehead trying to get you to fight.
That's crazy.
She has a lot of anger inside her.
Well, it sounds like she's at
But
least
yeah,
working it out. Like, it sounds like it's getting out, at least.
Yeah, she doesn't drink like that anymore. She's just a silly bitch now because she's getting fucking geriatric now. But yeah, man, I thought for a split second when I fucking got into that room, because I was substantially quieter than most times, truthfully. I was like, oh, fuck. I might have gotten away with it. Maybe they just walked in the room and were like, fuck it, I hope he doesn't come back. But no, I mean, like literally 8 seconds. Just blah, fucking door flew open. I don't know how he got down the hallway that quick with the walker.
He was waiting. He was just waiting in the hallway till he heard one sound.
I bet honest to God, I've never thought about it before, but he was definitely waiting right around the corner of my fucking door.
For sure.
Doing, leaning over the motherfucker. He's like, what else do I have to do? But yeah, fucking, I was glad that this was the time he caught me because, like, I used to go into, like, garages and sheds and people's cars and shit and see, like, loose change and cigarettes. Cigarettes was a big one because, you know, like, they knew I smoked and they were really, really, really good at keeping me from their cigarettes. So I had to find cigarettes other places.
When you're young, it's hard to get cigarettes. Yeah. I remember it was hard to get cigarettes until I was 18. Like, it was not easy.
Oh, it was such a bitch.
Yeah, fuck.
I was like, yo, no, I smoke. Just let me fucking smoke. They were like, well, do you have money? I was like, well, no.
Well, no. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, fucking. And one night I came in with two, like, you know, like rigger bags for tools.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 fucking rigger bags for tools. They were like 70 pounds apiece. And I mean, these motherfuckers were unused. Fucking yeeted them through the window and fucking sold them out of the pawn shop a couple weeks later. And I was like 14. I was like my stepdad was reasonably fucking upset. He was like, are you fucking out of your mind?
It's
It's a town of like fucking 1,800 people. Everybody knows each other. Like,
it's like so fortunate that you just got caught doing nothing. That was a great way to say it. Like, it was a great time to get caught just doing nothing.
Well, it made it more funny because, like, he was ready for me to fucking jump in this goddamn window with, like, I don't know, like a whole fucking motorcycle at this point, I guess.
What's this kid?
Which is funny because I ended up doing. Yeah, but yeah, it's just one I could think of. I'll talk to you later, Meatball.
Have a good one. Thank you. So I'm really excited about Wednesday. We're gonna do Wednesday stories when you got beat up. Tell me about a time when you got beat up on Wednesday. Call in. So 7:00 Wednesday night, anywhere that videos are seen, we will put this shit on. So I'll see you then Wednesday. Tell me if you got beat up. Court's adjourned.